Welcome to part 2 of 10 things that you should know to leverage media excellently well in this new year. The number one thing is understand and live every day knowing that digital media is here to stay. So you see this thing that we do and say, oh, you know what, let's focus on the in-person service. Let's focus on people coming in. Let's focus on what we have to do to the people when they come in, hand sanitizers, nose masks. They are very fantastic. What I'm saying is this: the church or the world at large now lives with the knowing that digital is here to stay. So for everything that you have to do as a church or as a ministry, you need to start intentionally considering the digital space and how you can use it and use it well. Number 2, it's time for you to begin to also integrate your personal brand in the ministry. I always say that your personality amplifies your message. Let people be able to connect with you as a person. Social media is about connection. It's about engagement. People would follow those they trust, or those they have grown to connect with. So sometimes it will require you coming to share your stories. It will require you opening up your scars, to let people understand that yes, you're a ministry leader, but you understand where they are coming from. There's so many people on the streets of social media who are suffering and smiling, quoting scriptures and crying at night. It's time for us to begin to put in our personality. Yes, you can decide what you want to share. You can decide the level or the length at which you want to go in whatever it is that you choose to share. But it is now very important that your personality is integrated in your message and in your message style. The number 3 thing that you now need to know to leverage media excellently well in this digital age is to have a social media budget. You cannot afford to just keep posting and posting and posting without using ads. You need to have a budget. So if your ministry has a yearly budget, and I believe that every organization has a budget, and so the church should have a budget. If your ministry has a budget, it's time to start creating social media budget. Social media marketing. How much do we want to put in Twitter trends? How much do we want to put on Instagram ads? How much do we want to put on Facebook ads? It's the same way you have a major program and you go on ahead and you put it on a billboard or put it on a newspaper or you put it in a magazine as an advert. It is important that social media ads become a part of your budgeting system as a ministry. The next thing you want to know, and this is very important, I actually don't take this particular one very lightly because I work with creatives and I understand how they think and what they feel that ministers expect from them. Now, if your social media team or your creatives or your media unit as a large is going to be the image consultant, because that's what they are. If they're going to be the image consultant of your ministry, it is very important that you track what they feed on spiritually. It's not enough for you to just accept and say, oh, we have volunteers coming to the ministry. Oh, volunteers are coming and people are coming and we're not paying them. And I'm going to talk about that maybe in another video of how you need to start leveraging or encouraging the ministry to pay for professional services when it comes to putting your work out there as a ministry on the media space, right? So here's what I'm talking about right now. It is important for you to feed your creative team. They are top priority for the ministry. They are top priority. You need to know what they're feeding on, and by knowing what they're feeding on, it means that you are also taking a step to ensure that they're growing not just in skill, but also spiritually. If the people that you're putting at the forefront of social media are not doing the work from the place of the Spirit, then trust me, and I mean this as someone who works with Christian creatives, there's going to be a contamination that will be happening on your social media handles. It is super important that you begin to pay attention to your social media team, your ministry media team, I don't know what name you call them, but it's very important that you begin to take intentional, deliberate steps to ensure the spiritual growth and your personal growth. The final thing I'm going to talk about, and it's going to seem as if I'm rooting for the media guys, trust me, but that's not what it is. I've been a media person myself for a ministry, and I still work with certain ministries, and I understand the importance of this thing. And so the last thing I'm going to talk about in this video, which is the number 10 thing that you should do to maximize media in this new year and in this new season that we're calling the digital era, is to create an investment budget for your ministry team. That's the ministry media team or the media ministry team. It's important that you have a budget on how they are being fed. When you go to companies and organizations, there's a budget for trainings, and they train because they expect their people to grow. It is important to expect and invest in your media team. It is very important. Yes, they might get to, put in their money somewhere, learn from somewhere, do something with their own lives, personally with their own skill. But I think that it is important because if we're entering or if we have entered an age where media is going to be thriving on a major scale, it is important that the people that you put there get the right knowledge. So we're not just talking about you praying for them. We're not just talking about you sending them Christmas bonuses. We're not just talking about you sending them, and I know that these things are fantastic. I'm not saying that they are not. And I'm not talking about you not buying stuff for them. I'm saying that beyond that, your media team has to grow in knowledge. They have to grow in knowledge. You have to invest in them. I know that you love them. I know that you're praying for them. But I think that it is important that you now take it a step further by investing in them. You don't have to take them outside of the country. You can consult corporate church and we'll come train your media for you. It is very important that they grow in leaps, in bounds, in spirit, in soul, in mind. And I trust that in this year and beyond, as we grow in using the media for ministry, that God is going to put in our hands the very thing that He has given into us from the very beginning. God bless you.